So Oliver has re-injured his hammy for info and anyone holding him. Shit. That's brutal, mate. That's brutal. I have been saying the last few weeks it's probably time to trade him just because we've got no idea about where he's at. And it's always concerning when they keep missing as well. You kind of go, fuck, why? Um, yeah, I am live on YouTube as well now, guys. If you'd like to flow over there. Hopefully I got to most of your questions, but I'm just going to chuck this one onto me Twitter and Facebook page. So yeah, good stuff, guys. Thanks again for tuning in. I am going to keep rolling over to YouTube now. Jack, Merritt, or Libber. I would go Merritt, but both very, very good options. Matty, any shorties weekend adventure stories? Told a couple of stories. That's going to have to be told on the YouTube, mate. If you go to my last team review on Monday, I dive into the first part one of Shorty's trip to Sydney. So I'll let you decide. But I did go live on TikTok at 3 a.m. So don't know if that was the best idea or not. But anyway, I'm gonna roll. Yeah, definitely tune into it, mate. All right, guys. Thanks heaps for all the support. Really enjoyed doing these. So I'll be back next week, 7 o'clock. But yeah, I'm live on YouTube right now. If that floats your boat. See you guys. Beauty. What's going on, guys? How are we? Bear with me. I'm just going to upload a few things to Twitter and just get this video floating around. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. We're getting to the business end of the season now, aren't we? But I won't be long. Just let me take my concentration towards this one, and then audio coming through all right too. I had a couple issues last week with the audio, so let me know how that's coming through. Yeah, and of course, got the quiz later on as well. And feel free to talk cricket to me as well. Fuck, that was a hectic test. And hasn't the world erupted with Carey throwing the stumps down at Bairstow? Just stay in your crease, buddy. You'll be right, mate. But it's caused an absolute stir. And we love it. We love it. All right, last one, and then we'll be good to go. Chuck a little hashtag in. Sweet. I'm good to go. Kanga, what is up, mate? How are we? Joe Joe doesn't even buy me dinner, just says touch me. That's aggressive from Joe. Just straight into it, mate. Camp Malikan, Chincotta, or Mullen on the field for this week? Well, I don't think Mullen's going to be playing, my man. I'd probably go Malikan. I feel as if he is capable. He was good last week. What has Chincotta been scoring? Yeah, he's been a bit off, so he hasn't even gone over 60 for about 6 games. So Malikan did just go 85. He also had a 21, so you know that is possible as well. But I would go Um, I'd be going him. Um, and yeah, if you're just tuning in and weren't tuning in on TikTok, then I am struggling with a bit of a cold at the moment. So you're going to have to bear with me. I really don't want to have to blow my nose on screen, but we'll see how we go. But yeah, just been battling since I got back from Sydney, bro. All right. Fraser, should I trade Draper with 5 trades left? Yeah, I'll be trading him. I don't. We're talking Sammy, right? I think you could probably trade him to Sean Darcy, mate. Sean Darcy's at a great price. Harry says, "G'day, Legend Shorty. Any Sydney Tinder stories?" No, sworn to secrecy on that front, my friend. But there are a couple of stories I did tell on my most recent YouTube video. It was more one of the other individuals who is a watcher of this channel who got up to a bit of mischief. Um, Not going to tell that one on his behalf, but it was a saucy little story, I'll tell you that much. Nathan says, "Hi, how are you, mate? What's going on?" Theo, Ford or marriage to cover Dunkley? Lol. Yeah, it's a bit like that, isn't it, mate? It is tough times. I would go Ford, actually. I mean, they are playing the Cats down in Geelong, but I mean, West Coast, who could really know what they're going to do? They're at the Gabba, Brisbane, so it's not much of a muchness. I'd go Ford, mate. It's a tough one, though. Neither is overly appealing. Frood says, "Shorty, this Oliver hold is brutal. Wonder if he just didn't get up for this round or genuinely re-injured and got out for the next 3 or 4 or something. Hoping they've rested Took enough for him to get right." Yeah, it is a disaster, mate. And look, I've said the last couple of weeks, you probably just got to trade him because it's got to that stage where he's missed so much footy. Like, when is he going to come back? If he's going to, you know what I mean? So if he's re-injured it, then that's absolute strife. So the play is to definitely trade. We just can't bank on him. We cannot bank on him. D-Mac, the man, he's returned after winning the quiz. Glad you finally decided not to rig the quiz last week. Same again this week, Short. That's it, mate. It is in your capable hands, my friend. Got the 12 questions coming at you at about 8:40, 8:45, but I reckon this week's quiz is tough, I reckon. So I'll be interested to see how you go. Yenshi, Daniel, what's up? Hey, Shorty, just want to pop in quickly and say that you're looking sharp as usual. Thank you, legend. You're a good man. That's the sort of love we just got to get around it, mate. Got to respect that. He's a good man, Yenshi. Josh, g'day, mate. Can next year's SuperCoach come round? I'm sick of this piss bunch of fake prevos. Yeah, mate. It's been a tough year, I reckon. It has been a tough year. I feel as if we've had many times where we've felt like we've got an understanding of where it's all at, and then it's just fallen apart around us, But anyway, I'm sort of there with you. If I could just have a bit of luck for the rest of the year, I'll be okay. But at the moment, it is tough, and we're walking a bit of a tightrope with just 2 trades left and 7 odd weeks to go. You're going to have to bear with me a bit here, guys. I am rolling a bit of a cold, so I might have to mute this thing every now and then and blow the old honker. But yeah, anyway, we'll do our best. We'll do our best. Corey says, rate Libba, Track, Chera, or Neil to pick up as a premium for 5 in order. Well, Chera would be 4th. Petrarca 3rd. One moment. Actually, I'm going to put Libba 1. It's a tough one. So the thing is, I'll put Libba 1 because you just can't argue his form. He's going so well. I haven't been much of a believer, but he's going so damn well. So I'll put him 1. All I'd say, the reason I put Track 3rd is because I've been going on this thing of I feel like he'll play a bit more forward when Oliver returns. But Oliver might be ages away. So if you think or if you hear the news that Oliver's out for a while, then I'd put Petrarca third. Sorry, Petrarca second, Neil third. But yeah, I think Libba just, I have to respect what he's put together. He's put together a great year. So, Leon, would you sideways trade Briggs to Darcy or leave Briggs for the year? 5 trades left. I take it that's on the field. I would do that. Only if it's a bit of a luxury. I wouldn't do it if you've got some more pressing issues because that is a bit of a luxury trade. But there is every chance that Briggs does tire a little bit. Do they share the ruck with him? That's what I've been saying for a few weeks. Like, he may not. He may just keep flying, but he's only been a number one ruck doing those sort of workloads for a couple of months. So it wouldn't be out of the question that he does tire or needs support or gets rested or, you know what I mean? Daniel's back. Yenchi, gather around next year. We need to see a shorty goal kicking comp because I'll be taking the chocolates. You're an Adelaide man, mate. There you go. Well, there you have it. I wouldn't mind going interstate for a little goal kicking comp. My next one needs to be in Melbourne. I will say that much. Been telling the Melbourne folk I'll be doing it, and then I haven't done it yet. So, Frood says, Shorty, who's your favourite younger player from your own team and another as a Saints man? I love that what Owens is doing, what Owens is doing, and Caleb Sarong is brilliant. Geez, sorry, mate. You're going to have to forgive the brain here. Shorty's got a cold. But my favourite young player at the Cats, I mean, is Myers still young? I do love the way he goes about it. I'm really excited by Max Holmes and what he could become. And I've got a soft spot for Tanner Bruin as well. For other teams, a young player for other teams, who have we got? I mean, watching some of the new age guys go about it, like Ashcroft and Dacos, they're just so outstanding footballers, and they've just burst on the scene. I really like watching Will Day, even though I haven't had him this year. I really like watching him. And as a Saints man, I reckon Windhager goes all right. I've got him in my team at the moment. I reckon he goes okay. Probably Zach Butters is one of my favourite players to watch at the moment. So I'm stoked to get him into my team because I love watching him, but just hurts a little bit when he's pumping out big scores and he's not in your team. So I will be looking to bring him in this week, and we'll just make it. We'll just make it with the cash. The Shelly Bean, hey, Shorty, Oliver has been a nightmare hold. Had Fife as cover and only one trade left. Which one to get next week from trading Oliver? Petrarca, Libba, or Sicily? I'd go Libba ahead of Petrarca, but, I mean, Sicily, he's probably the number one defender. So that's the question. Like, Petrarca and Libba, probably top 5, top 6, top 4 midfielders. Sicily's probably the number one defender, or Dacos maybe. Dawson's in there too. So it's tight, but you know what I mean? I'd just preference it on where your team's looking and whether you need a midfielder or defender, but I would probably prefer Libba. Josh says, anyways, I bought in Butters this week and he scored all right, but boy, it's so fun having, well, there you go. In my team, I'm loving it. I also got in Ryan and somehow didn't ton up. The umps hate him and my Supercoach team. Yeah, I was watching that game earlier. It looked like he was well on the way to a ton, but watching Butters is ridiculous. The way he kicks the footy and some of the angles he bites off and the kicks, it's bloody ridiculous. I'm really hoping that mute button is working correctly because I'd hate to be absolutely blowing my nose in your ears here, guys. But D-Mac, do you reckon it's worth trading Chincotta and Windhager to 123 rookie and Mills and go down to 3 trades but have Mills as cover? Fuck. If Mills is your cover, then I actually do think that is worth doing. Hopefully we can get a half-decent 123k rookie because there's not too many on offer. But in theory, I do like that. I'm going to pop one of these bad boys. Oh, I still got fucking wrapper on it, mate. These fellas have been getting me through. Oh, Josh also says, now I have 1 trade left and I'm pretty much screwed. At least I've learnt my lesson for next year. Who do you reckon wins the Rising Star? Yeah, mate. Like I said on the TikTok live, it's been a tough year. We have been thrown a lot of challenges, and I feel as if it has been a challenging one. Rising Star. It's a tough one. My gut feel says Ashcroft. Um, I know there's a bit of talk about Owens, and I know Sheezel would have been favourite early. Um, I'll still go Ashcroft. I just think he's playing inside mid largely. I feel like he will be rewarded, even though he's been a little bit out of sight, out of mind. Being up there in Brisbane, I'll go him. Frank, hi Shorty, how are you, mates? Been better, mate. I'm rolling with a bit of a cold, bit of a scratchy throat, runny nose, man. So we're pushing through, mate. We're pushing through. I'm not searching for too much sympathy, but you're gonna have to bear with me if the voice just isn't quite holding up. But how are you going, mate? He goes on to say, I'm thinking Cunningham, Fogarty in, Fife out, or Cunningham or Fogarty. Only 3 trades, have 22 primos, but some average ones like Steele, Day, Sheasel, Mills, and Cameron. Have Sicily and Dunkley on the bench. Should I trade? Um, at this stage, if I were you, I'd probably hold. I'd only look to upgrade maybe like a Day or a Steele or a Sheasel. Like they're a luxury upgrade, but I'd be more inclined to hold those 3 trades for when you desperately need them. It's a great position to be in. Complete team, 3 trades. So I'd just hold off for now, mate, and use those trades just in case we need them. So um, hopefully that helps you there, mate. Gonna take a couple of notes for the old preview on Thursday night. How good is Thursday night's gonna be beautiful. You got cricket on, you got tennis on, and you got footy on. Man, that's just beautiful. Fraser says favorite North player. Davies Uniacke is the first one that springs to mind. Hasn't been a great experience from Supercoach. I really like Jai Simpkin though. I really like Jai Simpkin. He would probably be my guy. Corey says I brought in Dan Houston last week for Marshall and keeping Briggs. Nice, mate. We've been very happy with him launching that one after the siren. I prefer to hold Marshall over Briggs, but it's up to you. And sounds like you've already done it. So I hope that one works out all right for you. Tom says I have a full team besides one player and have 700k. Do I get Butters or Rosie or Libba? Sorry, mate. Do I get Butters or Rosie or Libba? Gut feel says Libba. I'd rule out Rosie. I think it's out of Butters or Libba for that one. And it might just depend. Obviously you've got some dual position there as terms of Libba or Butters in the midfield. I'd probably go Libba but Butters very nice dual position. TF Cal, g'day Shorty. Do we think that Anderson will be helped or hindered by Tuke's return? Heard a bit of both. Thanks for the question, mate. It's a good one. I would lean towards hindered, but not massively. It's probably just opportunity. Let me try and get a bit of numbers to shed some light on it. I mean, just naturally, I sort of feel like it would help him because he may not always get as much attention. It may hinder him because he may not get as much opportunity. So Tuke went down in round 6. So Anderson's numbers from rounds 9 to 12, his centre bounce stuff went beyond 80%, which didn't actually coincide with incredible numbers. Like his best games were so Miller went down in round 6, and then Anderson went 144, 189. So that was an immediate response. But in the first 6 rounds, he still bumped out at 134, only 2 tons. So I don't think it's a massive hindrance or help, but I would say a slight, I wouldn't think it would help him. He may just plateau or go slightly worse. But looking at his centre bounce numbers, they didn't change that much. It might have been 10%, so that's maybe 2, 3, or 4 less centre bounces. But hopefully that helped somewhere. Harry says, Shorty, would you trade Fife, Weddle, and Chincotta for Track, a 102k rookie, and Cunningham, or do you hold this week and bring in Sicily next week? I'd definitely make sure you have a way to get in Sicily, whether it's this week or next, or whenever you want to do it. I mean, I feel like you can't go without Sicily. So if you have a plan to bring in Sicily otherwise, then I like that trade for this week, because I think, particularly if Oliver is out for a long period of time, then I think Petrarca is a great option. Like, I felt like if Oliver came back, there was a real chance Petrarca moves a bit more forward. But if Oliver's out for a bit, then how good is that for Track? Baggers isn't in the house. Shorty, you dogged us. No, happy, mate. We had a good convo over there. So I will fill you in. Don't know what you're talking about, mate. Maybe TikTok? Not sure. But feel free to fill me in, mate. Lockie, Shorty, you spaz. I was waiting on your other live. Oh, right. And you never came. Absolutely dogged us. Well, sorry, mate. I was trying to attach the right microphone, mate, and it wasn't working. So I had to refresh, mate. My apologies. Good to see you here, boys. Baked, 4 trades left. Gonna go 2 injury trades, getting in Neil and have full squad. Nice. Yeah, I think 2 trades is good. 2 or 3 for an emergency is pretty handy and pretty much on par. Baggers was saying we chatted Himmelberg role, Mills finishing pick, Nicky Martin. Or give me your thoughts, mate. I think Himmelberg is playing a reasonable role from what I can hear, but not quite translating to the scores he produced last year. Your boy Nicky Martin put in a slightly poorer one. And yeah, very much like Callum Mills as a finishing selection. Might just jot his name down as well. Western Port. Hordy, I've been sitting in the other live waiting room for 20 minutes. Oh no, oh no, shit. This could be disastrous. My apologies, mate. Do I have like 2 just up and running or something? Oh no, I do too. Goodness me. That's poor form for me, isn't it? That is real poor form. Oh no. That's no good. I didn't realize I put it in a waiting room. I'm going to try and end that. How the hell do I do that? YouTube Studio. Yeah, see what happened is I went in to that one and I couldn't get the actual microphone that I wanted to use. It wasn't loading up, so I had to refresh, but that was not overly helpful for Samuel out there. My apologies. And Western Port, he's not happy about it. I'm sorry. I'm fucking sorry. Shorty, it wouldn't be a Shorty live session without some technical difficulties now, would it? D-Mac says, Baggers talking genuine SuperCoach. Was this other live in another universe? Yeah, that's a very fair call. The man doesn't trade a serious SuperCoach all too often. Just let me know if that other one does disappear. It should be deleting pretty soon. Oh, boy. Freud, not sure about splitting Libber and Track, but he has a soft lineup. Has 3 biggest scores were against Carlton, North and Hawks. Latter 2 with Oliver, and he plays them all in a row after the Tigers. Yeah, fair enough then. Yeah, look, if Oliver's not in, then I think track is on par with what Libba can do. Baggers, please check that convo. It was good. Oh, mate. I'll take your word for it, my guy. I'm going to hope that that one has disappeared. There we go. It has disappeared. So, my apologies, everybody. Well, if you're just joining, Shorty's rolling with an absolute cold. He's not feeling 100%, but like all good things, sometimes you just got to push through, and we'll fight on. Ethan says Butters last upgrade to have better cover for Dunkley. M9 because Matthew Johnson M9 because I have marriage covering him, or get Mills this week and Libba next week, but have marriage as cover. I like getting Butters, to be honest. That'd be my priority. Yeah, and probably having that better cover is crucial. Yeah, I'll go the Butters one, mate. I'll go the Butter one. G Money, hey Shorty, what's going on, brother? Been doing some maths and found out that since you traded out Gordon, he has gone at 120 average. Fucking hell, mate. P.S. Your cat's got lucky to draw power. Yeah, we certainly did, man. Certainly did. I was at the game and I felt like it was 2 points pinched. I thought we really were very much happy to take that because I felt like Sydney should have put us away, mate. But Fraser, do I get Dunkley in for Taranto? No. Look, both of those guys should be in your team. If you've got Dunkley, I think we hold. So yeah, try and have them both in your team, but not sort of in exchange for one another. Baggers, we have a new bandit group. G Money, Baggers, Carter, and Western Port. Bandit group, mate. You're like the Rat Pack. Like back in the Pies days with Benny Johnson, Dane Swan, Alan Didak, whoever else, Dale Thomas, wasn't it? Lockie, so shorty, I strike out in Sydney. So shorty strike out in Sydney. Oh, look, mate, it was a fun trip. A couple of contact details were exchanged, and we'll see what happens. It was fun. It was a fun trip. Boys, this is from Baggers. What's our name? Oh, this is for the Rat Pack. Hi, Shaggers. It's Baggers here, aka the Indian sub-nuclear missile. Also know you as Nan's Nightmare. I have no trade, so I'm going to do Jay Fletchlight for drunks. Thoughts, naughty, haughty, you're truly plugger. Fuck, man. Shorty, here we go. This will be interesting. Can't believe you got no trades left, mate. That's brutal. Here we go. Bagger says, Shorty, that Nicole on your TikTok, she available property. Bagger's looking for some land development. Oh, come on, bro. No, she's a taken lady, mate. So you're going to have to go looking elsewhere, my guy. G Money. Hey, Baggers, we should be called Shorty's Rejects because he straight up ignored our chat gold we had going. Oh, man, I wish I saw this other chat, mate. Baggers, G Money sounds good, mate. Shorty's wet bag. Gee, the boys have really cut up rough tonight. Freud, I know he's injury prone, but thoughts on Trelaw? Averages 104, but almost 120 at home this year. And Doggy's got nice soft draw, 5 out of 8 at Marvel. Look, I like him as a pod, but yeah, you got to worry about that body of his and how he can just get injured. You know what I mean? So that's the only thing I would say. You certainly wouldn't want it to be like something you did and had no other trades to deal with it because you could go down, but something to think about. Oh, SDS Supercoach. What's going on, mate? Shorty, how are we, mate? At a bar for post-work bevs. What should I grab next? Man, I like that. I like that a lot. I hope you've been well, mate. Hopefully you've been to the bar since I probably took a bit to get this comment, but here you go. Go Maduri and pineapple juice, my guy. That will really spice your night up, mate. Baggers, we said Himmelberg had the number 28 and 8 clangers. Weather may have been an impact, but with Whitfield out, we expect him to lose 5-6 touches when he returns. He also more of a D7, F7 swing. Yeah, I think you're right there, mate. I think that's some good stuff there from Vegas. Some genuine Supercoach content, mate. Um, no, I think that's a fair call. Like I said, I've said it in previous videos. I don't think he's someone who's returned to last year's form. I think it's kind of romantic for us to think about him returning to that form, but he hasn't. He's solid for that price, but not quite where we need him to be. G Money says you asked a Tinder story for this betrayal of our love. Oh, mate. If only, my guy. Nah, Shorty's he's a new age bloke now. He's got the professional job at the school and can't be telling too many loose stories, mate. But if you go onto my YouTube, which you may have already, my most recent video, I deep dive into Friday or Thursday and Friday of my Sydney trip, which don't think it has a personal Tinder story, but there's a few antics that go on. Bagger says Mills is great value at 400k and has a roll good finishing pick or M9 loop. With Chad to come back, it would be great to see another week, but he looks as safe as houses around 400k. Spot on, mate. You are spot on. I think he's a very good option. Amusement says, good evening, my sweet Horty. Nice to see those attractive ears on my screen again. Oh, shit. I was actually thinking before, guys. I was like, I started this one and I was like, man, where's Baggers and Amusement, those guys? You're obviously in the waiting bay, so that's probably why. Troyos, who to trade 5-2? Probably Mills is the closest guy you could get to. I've heard some people going like Sheldrick for 5 and then like a bit of a stepping stone. So Sheldrick to someone else in 2-3 weeks when he probably gets well over 400k. So that's another way to look at it. But yeah, if I was you, I'd just be doing everything in my power to try and get some cash to get up to whether it's Mills or if you have to do like a Ford, Canelio slightly on the cheaper side or Ben Keys. Western Port says, oh no, I missed Amusement. Petition for daily 4 a.m. live streams. Who's on board? Yeah, if you're out there and you caught one of my lives at 4 a.m., mate, let me know. Western Port, Sean Darcy, best value in Supercoach right now. Prove me wrong. Yeah, not going to argue with you there, mate. He is a genuine 115 guy and he's less than 500. So, Steve, Shorty, what's going on? We'll be bringing in Mills this week and Sicily next. What's the go with Oliver? Oliver's spat in the medical staff. Is he out for any more than 1 week? Want him also. Oh, not too much is going on, mate. How are you? I've come down a bit sick from Sydney, my guy. Not feeling the greatest, if I'm honest. So there will be a couple of coughs here and there, and me probably blowing my nose. So I do apologise, but we are pushing through. In terms of your Supercoach comment, I'm hearing a bit of talk that he's out for potentially 3 or 4. He may have done it again. So I'm not too sure. We'll wait to hear the actual reports, but certainly wouldn't be waiting for him. I think we just got to deal with what's happening right now. And at the moment, there's a few concerns about him for sure. Jono says, Shorty, how you going, lad? I'm going all right, mate. How are you? Hope all is good. How bloody good were the Aussies? Yes, mate. There you go. Some fucking cricket talk, mate. That was so good. I mean, did you stay up and watch it? Because I got home from my flight at about 11:30 and I was buggered. It's probably why I'm sick right now, but I went straight to the Ashes, watched it till 2 a.m. It was going off in my lounge room at certain points, but man, I was absolutely relieved to see him. When they took that Stokes catch, oh, the relief, mate, the relief. Because it was PTSD from when he did it to us last time. Good stuff. Hey, can't wait for it to start tomorrow. Freud says, Shorty, do you think Laird is a cut above Track and Libber? I think he'll bounce back hard this coming game. Yeah, I do think so. Maybe not a cut above, but I sort of see Laird as a slightly closer to 120 than the other two. But that's on like last year's form. If you're going on this year's form, which we've got a big sample size, they're all on par. Aside from that 50 that Laird pulled up in the first week, he's been pretty close to 120 as well. So the ball been going very nicely. You're winning on all fronts. But yeah, hoping, like you said, big bounce back for Laird this week because he could be me captain. Bagger says, "How about my Blakey pod call going good so far?" Yeah, he's playing good footy. Um, yeah, he takes the game on well. Nice ball user, can intercept. So he might be one that we just look at a bit more seriously next year as well too. G Money says a draw in footy is like kissing your sister. In saying that, how's Jess? Jesus, bro. Fucking G Money just doesn't fuck around. Well, she was in the other room just before, so she normally pops in to grab the water at some stage. In saying that, I might just top things up here. Watson, hey Shorty, when's the quiz? Probably about 8:45, mate. And also might catch up Friday if that suits. Friday during the day, or do a little brekkie, mate. I'm just doing me taxes Thursday, and but yeah, if you want to catch up, let me know. DMAX says, I was unfortunately not in the 4 a.m. live, but according to reports from Tom Brown, Horty was seen with a suspicious white powder on the bridge of his nose. Tommy Brown would say that. But yeah, look, very tempting to go live just in a more chill sense, to be honest. It's kind of fun just talking crap. Me and Keenan had a bit of fun with that, but no, you'll I'm sure it won't be the last time. It's probably not something I want to do regularly, but amusement. The Moon just wanted to remind you that you started Matthew Leuenberger, had no one attend a goal kicking comp, traded Errol Gordon, and had a fight with a lawnmower and came off second best. Well, there you go, mate. There's some blokes in this world that really need to cut other people down and make them feel good about themselves. And clearly, our guy Amusement is one of those. So thanks for that, mate. It's a very uplifting comment. Jack Watson, treat Matty Leuenberger with respect. He was my favourite player when I was younger. Yeah, he was. I remember they compared him to Dean Cox, and I was like, shit. Never quite fulfilled those big hype. Steve, I'll be using all my trades to get in Mills, Sicily, and Oliver, and Day and Keys bench cover. That's good bench cover. Do you think I'm safe to not have any trades for the rest of the season? Oh, sorry, mate. Yeah, I do. Like that's the exception to the rule. You either want to have emergency trades or great bench coverage. The only thing I'd say is there may be times when you just never know. I mean, you'd hate for one of those guys to go down, or you need a long-term injury, and then you're always covering them with Will Day. It's all right if you got bench coverage for 1 or 2 weekers. The big issue could be if they're out for a significant period of time. But I like that. I've been trying to do that with Callum Mills, but just hasn't quite happened. Amusement said Todd Banfield robbed from Watson's favourite players. Here's a name for you. I think he played for Brisbane and West Coast. Brad Dalziel. That bloke burst on the scene and quickly burst off it. Fraser Neal a contender for the Brownlow. I don't think so, mate. He'll poll well, and particularly in the second half of the year, I think. But no, I couldn't see him contending. I think it's Bontempelli, Dacos, and Butters at the moment, and Taranto. Jack Watson was more of a Josh Super Sub Green kind of man. Fraser top 8 at the end of the year. I would only have one change in the ladder, and this might upset a few because they're in 5th at the moment. But I actually think St Kilda will drop out of the 8. I think Geelong will replace them. No bias. Baggers says Baggers top 5 all-time fave players: Barry Hall, Liver, Jacko Jackson, Nick Martin, and Joe Watson. He's got a particular flavour through there, but gotta love that from Baggers. God status, Sammy Draper. I'd floss me teeth with his hair. That's how good Sammy is. Holy shit. Liam says, should I trade Weddle to Doherty and have Day as my 23rd premium to cover Dunkley, or Day to Sicily next week and have Weddle as cover for the rest of the season? Both are pretty solid options, but I feel like you just have to have Sicily. So Weddle is solid cover. I mean, not as good as Day cover, clearly. But yeah, I just don't think you can go without Sicily, mate. Oh, man. Amusement says 36 tries and made the stupid decision to start injury-prone Josh Dunkley. Is it worth trading him to Mason Cox? And he's talking to Shane Kirsten. Amusement has lost the plot tonight. What is he doing out there, man? Joshy Morgan's in the house. He says, Dad, how are you, mate? What's going on? He says, I have 0 trades. Jesus, mate. That is no good. That is no good, mate. Jack Watson says, Hordy, nervous for draft this week. You've got me and I just knocked off Lowy. I did see you knock Dave off. And we actually have a pretty crucial match because I feel like top 2 is always advantageous. And I do want that top 2, mate. I'm feeling pretty good, to be frank. I bought in a couple of saucy free agents, so on the waiver wire. I bought in Flanders, who's actually running decent form, and Jacob Hopper. I was pretty happy to get Hopper back. I'll get Whitfield back this week. And where's Took Miller at? Surely Miller's close, but should be a close battle, Watto. It's got me just ahead on, I know, about 50, 60 points, I think, on the old projected, but it should be a tight battle, mate. Lockie, yeah, absolutely dogged by you short. Should be disappointed in yourself. How about these bastards? Getting stuck into me. Switch on, mate. Clearly I left it. Baggers, yeah, shorty dogged. Hope the cat's bus gets T-boned. These motherfuckers are as loose as it gets. Boy, I hope a few of you are sticking around for the quiz too. About 8:45. One of the tougher quizzes, I reckon. So whoever takes out tonight, I think, seriously knows their stuff. Ethan, hold or trade Oliver? Trade for mine. Rumours that he's done the hammy again. I said trade last week and I'll say it again. You just can't trust that he'll be back in any time frame at the moment. He could be back next week, but I said that last week. So I think we just got to trade unless we hear some concrete information out of the club. Baggers, only Tommy Stewart doesn't have broken legs, so Supercoach gives him auto 120 each week. Yeah, I feel like he's had some real weird matches, like poor halves and then massive halves. Crazy. Baked said, Stoke got me nervy, man. I think we're talking about Ben Stokes there, but yeah, he certainly had me nervous as well, mate. Very pleased that the Aussies got him done. Mitch, hey, Shorty, what was the best league you made for footy and cricket? I didn't play cricket, actually. I played footy and then tennis in the summer. Footy, just the B team, mate, would have been the best for me. I wasn't anything too crash hot. Just a disciplined key defender back in my day. And from seniors, just played resis, mate. So bit of wing, bit of half forward flank, nothing too crazy. But tennis was more my go. I played section 1 quite a bit in tennis for juniors and that. So, and I've had probably more of my good results in the tennis arena as opposed to footy. Jono says Smith dropping that catch almost. Yes, I know. Saw me hand into the wall. Yeah, at that point we were driving home from the airport, and I was like, "Fuck, we're watching it on phone." I'm like, "Surely that was a tough chance." Smith doesn't drop him. Watch the replay. I'm like, "Oh my god, bro!" And then I swear the ball was following him. There was another one that was close, and then that one down the leg side that Carey nearly got. But in the end, mate, 2-0, baby. I'd love to hear your thoughts on the Bairstow Carey incident as well. Lockie, Shorty's sick because he got chlamydia from a jeez. That is some hectic slander from Lockie. Tone V says Petrarca doesn't get 80s. It's a pretty interesting statement. Look, no, he's going all right. His track, he's going all right, particularly without Oliver, mate. I feel as if Oliver was in, there's every chance that they try playing Petrarca forward just because they are struggling so much forward of the footy. But at this stage, there's no sign of Oliver at all. Man, I may be heading for another tissue box here. It's crazy scenes. Jono continues on with the cricket. Just glad they got over the line. Hopefully finish off the series this week. Yeah, I hope so. Pity about Lyon, isn't it? But I think Murphy will go all right. Baggy says, "How good's the water polo been?" Personally, love Sally Paulson's. Oh, I don't know where he comes up with his content, man. Steve, can you tell me anything about these Carlton cheapies in Lockie Fogarty and Dave Cunningham? Have no idea on them and didn't watch them over the last two games. We'll get one more playing rookie and then just loophole options. I mean, they're both just small pressure forwards. I know Fogarty a bit more because he was a former Cat. He was very much known in his draft year for tackling, so he's moved forward to the ball, and they just like him for that tackling forward 50 pressure. I don't know as much about Cunningham, but I think they're both going to play similar roles where you'll be looking for 12 to 18 touches, a goal or two, and 5+ tackles. Like that'll be their better games. But in that role, you're also capable of getting 8 touches, zero goals, two, and three tackles, and they score 46. You know what I mean? So um, I don't have any read on their job security, but yeah, they did play well on the weekend, and the Blues have been crying out for a type of player like them. Watto says, I don't want to catch up with you, mate. Yeah, well, fuck you then. Fuck you, Watson. I'll drive down the coast on myself, man. G Money, how good is tomorrow looking? Footy, cricket, and Wimbledon. You've been hitting the multis. Yeah, mate. It looks so good, man. I have been hitting a few multis, and I missed out by one possession twice. Rory Laird on 24 and Taylor Adams on 14, going for 15. Oh, got me other one, but yeah, far out. It is going to be a beautiful night tomorrow. I'm just going to go to my folks' place, just smash those channels, my friend. Actually, when is Alex Demonor on? Because he was meant to be on last night, but fuck. But obviously, it rained all of yesterday. Oh my god. Where's the demon? Fucking hell, mate. No chance of seeing him. Yeah, no chance because he's fucking fourth on the court. Fucking hell. It's so annoying. Corey, Short can't wait to do well this week in the quiz. I like it, mate. I like it. In for a big response after DMAC took it out last week. I wonder if Watson's got the courage to return to the quiz. Big fella, g'day, Short Hog. Looking forward to the quiz. That's what we like to hear. If you could bring a mid in this week, who would it be? Butters, Track, Libber, or someone else? Also, quickly looking flash tonight, mate. Thank you, mate. I appreciate it. Seems to be a common question. Lib versus Track versus Butters. I mean, I like Butters from what he provides with the dual position. Look, you're winning on all fronts. I would go Libber out of them all because you just have to respect the year he's putting together. I've been sort of off him for a lot, but Track, there's still a chance, like I said before. Oliver's surely back at some stage, and then I think he will have stints forward. That's Petrarca, I mean. And Butters, dual position, great option. But Libber, he is averaging a bit more than Butters, I think. But not too much more, but certainly more. So, yeah, I'd go Libber, but you are winning on all fronts there, mate. They're all very good options. Tommy C says, would you prioritize trading Oliver or Dunkley? My Dunks cover is Marich, while my Oliver cover is Mitchell. 4 trades left. I'd trade Oliver, mate. I'd hold Dunkley. I think it's a week or two, but it's more so about where's Clary at. I just think who would know? Who knows? Doesn't look positive. So I think it's at the point now where I know you've held him for so long, but I think got to get rid of him, as frustrating as that is. Bagger says, should I pursue a career in TikTok? Feel I'm a natural fit. I did enjoy your work on the TikTok the other week, mate. Maybe. Let me know what your content would be. G Money, all honesty, we appreciate you still going live, even though you aren't feeling great. Respect. Thank you, mate. Thank you. I know I was this morning when I woke up, I was like, oh shit. I mean, there's pushing through it, and then there's you're cooked. And this morning I was cooked. So I'm glad the Nurofen has kicked in and we've been able to get stuck into it. So thank you for all your questions. Baggers, G Money, careful, son. That's borderline simp. There, the shorty rejects ain't simps, were pimps. Oh shit. Fruit, Baggers, how would you rank the mullets of the league, assuming you got Sammy Draper number one? Amusement says that bloke burst on the scene and quickly burst off it. The life of Horty's rest his career. Yeah, mate, I'll tell you what, I was just an average plotter on the footy field. I mean, some say I was born with absolute talent, and maybe, but I used to tell the boys at school I was overlooked for the Falcons only just. Didn't tend to go down very well, but Baggers, Shorty have senior 45 players' nudes were leaked and can confirm now that Sarong does indeed have a chopper. How does he find this stuff and how does he think of it, this man? Lockie, over 45 players had their private photos leaked. Oh, is this actually legit? Lockie. G Money, haha. You're right, Baggers. It's hard to be upset with a man after looking into those inviting eyes. What I left 400 on the bench last week too. Just picked up Liam Duggan and Liam Henry for bench cover. Yeah, I was looking at Duggan as well, mate. I mean, he's he only really had one poor week in about 6 weeks and been tunning up. So it should be a very interesting battle. I feel as if top four is almost locked. Langers is 3 games clear. Sorry, behind. I'm pretty sure the finals is a 3-week final. So if we're third or fourth, that'll be an elimination final, mate. That'll be very interesting. But I think one of us can catch up to Chook and take second. So this week will be pretty interesting. D-Mac, thoughts on these trades in Jack Watson and Elton John, out Bin Laden and Amusement Productions? Yeah, don't mind the Elton John one. I mean, Jack Watson is a bit of a shaky move, but give it a whirl. See what he produces in the first couple of weeks. Baggers, it then goes Ralph Smith, Filthy, Baz, Poulter, and I don't know, maybe Sinclair to round out the 5. Love to hear your thoughts, Frood. Talking mullets there, I believe. Lockie says, no, as loose. Oof, Jesus, easy on the mum content, bro. Come on. Western Port, what is your address, Shorty? Come on, mate. Come on, mate. The best chance you got in stalking me down is turning up to one of my goal kicking contests, mate. Bag is not as loose as some of them meet you. Oh, Jesus, we're getting into some areas now. Amusement, if you want to drop in rank, DMAC, I love those trades and fully endorse them. Wow, Amusement is feeling feisty tonight. Western Port, Tom Stewart got 30 points for a tackle and a kick. DMAC, tanking for the number 1 pick. Virat Kohli next year. Bang, bang from Baggers. Watto says, Western Port, I love your profile pic, mate. Good shot of Shorty. Where is Western Port? Ha! I did not even realize that. That is funny. Baggers, hope Stokes takes his name to heart now that's an anagram. He's smarter than I, mate, but yeah, I can't work it out. Fraser, Bairstow's out. The Ashes are never played in good spirit, and Bairstow did it to Labuschagne. Yeah, I agree. Like, my take is they did it to Labuschagne, and you can't just walk out of your crease willy-nilly, ball after ball. If you watch it and freeze frame it, Carey throws the ball when Bairstow is in his crease. So it's not like he sees him and he's moving over as like he goes to run him out. He knew he was going to move out of his crease. You got to be more aware of that, mate. It didn't sit amazingly well with me. Like, he wasn't trying to get an advantage, so it didn't sit amazingly well, but it's the Ashes, mate. And it was crucial. And I love how the Poms have just absolutely sucked it up. Bagger says, Shorty, did you hook up with me cousin in Sydney? Heard she gets thrown around more than Himmelberg. Oh, bro. Talking about your cousin like that. But hey, we all got to get something from somewhere. Oh, mate. I'm going to let you figure that one out. Freud says, got a bit of bias, so thinking Sinclair over Baz all time and throw in some classic heads like Bruce Dool. Yeah, some classics, mate. Amusement says Ollie Robinson is a better prospect, D-Mac. His biggest strength is his all-round game, where he has 3 number 11s out of 10. Yeah. There's a few villains, isn't there? How about Stuart Broad, mate? Fuck, didn't he carry on? Absolute carry on. Craig Overton, far better prospect from D-Mac. Jono, this might be about the dismissal. Phil Carey was definitely in the right. Doesn't matter if it's the end of the over or during the over. Play to the whistle. Would be fuming if it was the other way around, but very stiff on Johnny. Yeah, I think if the tables would turn, I'd be filthy as well. I'd still be a bit filthy at the batsmen, even if they were Australian, because it was a brain fade. But yeah, the ball wasn't dead. What are you doing, mate? Particularly when you've done it to players. Surely he was switched on about that being a possibility, but smart cricket from Carey. Baggers says, surely we get a shorty Supercoach end of season trip. All donate last stream before finals. If we get $5, shorty shout for fish and chips down in Geelong. Oh, mate. We'll do a goal kicking comp later in the year, mate. And hey, maybe we go out for some fish and chips. Or go down and get a giant snack pack box or whatever that new $7 bargain from KFC is. Extra salt, mate. That went very well in recovery at Sydney. Watto says, watch the way you speak to me, Dickie. I will not, my man. I will not. I will also be taking you down in Supercoach draft this week. Baggers, screw sports bet makes me El Depresso. Oh, jeez. Big fella, England's team announced Tongue, Anderson, and Pope out. Wood, Wokes, and Moeen. Are you serious? They brought Moeen Ali in? You can't be serious. I heard they were going to rest Anderson. Tongue surprised me. I wouldn't have thought the team was actually out yet, but there you go. Interesting. Corey, Demonor is 4th on the court, meaning around 11 p.m., 1 a.m. between then. Yeah, true. Might be a chance. I mean, it always depends, doesn't it, on if you get a men's match that goes 5 sets, then that's more like 3 a.m. Who's he got in front of him? Is it raining there, Corey? Because if it's raining, we're gone. Mitrov is on first. Where are they at? They haven't even started. Is it raining still? Fucking England. Pathetic, mate. Don't know. Anyway, it'll be good to chuck that on afterwards. G Money, I'm hearing you on missing these multis. Just that Muppet Wiedemann had a set shot that Nicole could have got and missed, which cost my $10 bet from turning into 230. Oh, it's still a rain delay. There you go, Corey. Yeah. What is going on? I know we get a bit of rain in Melbourne, mate, but come on. It's your goddamn summer, Poms. Watto says 45 AFL players' nudes photos have been released. Feels like something Baggers would do. Baggers responds, Watson, mate, come on. If I'm doing that, it's going to have the wags as well. We got to please all veins of life. How big is Clary's chopper? That thing's got to be an absolute skyscraper. I mean, to be straight up, I will be looking at these. I mean, that stuff's just interesting, I mean, it's not my usual search content, but I mean, the curiosity will get me. I mean, that's just hectic sort of content. Oh, no, I've just scrolled all the way down. Steve, can Fogarty or Cunningham hold their spot for the rest of the season? If not, is there any players that could play out the rest of the season? 200K or less will be my 25th player. Yeah, your guess is as good as mine for those Blues players. I don't know. It just depends on their form. If they make that spot their own, then yes. Marriage might be the other one. But I was looking through this for a TikTok question the other day, and it's very difficult. There are not many at the moment. So under the 150, 200K mark, it's minimal, which makes it tough. Amusement. Why didn't Broad walk? He knew he was gone. Why didn't Broad walk? And yet he stood his ground. Why didn't Broad walk? There's nobody, no more. What? Yeah. I know. He hit the cover off it, mate, all those years ago. He's an absolute dog. Hey, Galaxy. How are you, mate? Goes on to say thoughts on the so-called spirit of the game. Just not smart cricket, unlucky Johnny. Yeah, I mean, look, spirit of the game. I mean, I don't know. The Poms did it 2 days prior. I think it's a rough way to go out. It's not something I'd want to see creep into the game all the time. But I think if you are walking down the crease after every ball, like Carey acknowledged and he saw it, then you do leave yourself open for that sort of thing. I mean, the bowlers only have to step over the line by a millisecond and they lose a run or they got to bowl the ball again, you know. So sometimes the batsman got to get pulled up on that, and I thought it was smart cricket from Carey. Baggers says, Western Port, if you genuinely want his address, I got it from him. That's funny. Nate says, subscriber kick at Listen Out. Oh, when's that, mate? I did hear about this. Oh, geez. The slight concerns when the boys are trying to find your address. Tone, Poms behave more like convicts. Yeah, haven't they cut up absolutely rough? You got to love it. Bagger says, mate, the spirit of the game was shown. We won. Those Poms have knife crimes. Oh, geez, we're getting a bit reckless there. Oh, shit. Galaxy, these some serious dribble that comes out of Brody and Robinson's mouth. Yeah, agreed. It is so nice to see them dismissed and then work our way to a 2-0 lead, mate. Chance for the Poms below. This should be interesting. Luke says, hey, Shorty, how are you? Not too bad, mate. I'm not in the best of health at the moment, but we're pushing on. What do you think, or who do you think wins tomorrow night? I think the Tigers will get up, particularly at the G. And how do you think the Cats will go Sunday? Also loved hearing your Sydney story. Oh, thanks, mate. Yes. Got part 2 coming up on Thursday, mate. Cats will be fine. Easy win against North. No real issues there. But hopefully they can work themselves into a bit better of form because they haven't been playing too well, the Cats. Fraser says, can't believe the Prime Minister got involved. Yeah, I know. That's when you really some people say, oh, Test cricket is dead. One crazy thing happens and the Prime Minister's talking about it. Sam, Mills a good option. Absolutely. Great price. Going to be a consistent average of 100 plus for the rest of the year. So he's a very good option. Ethan says random, but the DPP situation is Dacos 40% mid, Walsh and Gawn both at 35%, and Sinclair 35% mid. That's interesting. And is the cutoff 33? 30? Is it 35? I can't remember. So it's very tight no matter what. Ali Bowles Pies said Nate. I cannot believe they would bring him in. That is ridiculous. He's trash, mate. Baggers love a good sodium uptake, but Baggers is into those acai bowls far out. They go, all right. Yeah, I love an acai bowl, mate. Love that. Jason says Anderson Tung Ali. So I must be right. Shit. Lockie, I give up everything I want to type. Doesn't go through. YouTube got to relax on what you can say. Thought you'd been a bit quiet, mate. Jesus. Been raining for 2 days. I know. For God's sake. What are they doing over there in England, man? How about the name suspended from the long room? Yeah. Bartholomew, Frinton Smith. I know. If they weren't the most rich Pom names you've ever seen, then I don't know what is. Oh, shit. I better mute this so I'm not sneezing. Oh, we might even put the quiz code out soon, to be honest. Ethan, did you know that the Eagles have used 40 of their 45 players? Wow. Yeah, I knew they'd be close. Like, they have been decimated, haven't they, mate? Campbell Chester can still barely get a game. Steve, have you got the new AFL 23 game, Shorty? I do not. I knew not to buy straight up, but really want them to pull their fingers out. It will be a completed game by the time 2024 season has started this rate. Yeah, there was glitches all over the place, wasn't there? Shocking. Thanks to everyone who's jumped on board too. I appreciate it. Going to have a few more of those goal kicking TikToks out soon. So yeah, and I'll normally put those through on a YouTube short as well. But yeah, thanks for your questions and a bit of banter. We always enjoy it. I won't be too far off putting this quiz code out either. Bag of shorties, deep dark showers with the massive pipes of the AFL world. Oh boy. Robredo, old Tommy Robredo. She's to Doc or Ryan or just hold. No, I'd do that, mate. I'd upgrade. I'd go to Doherty, but both really good options. Sheasel going okay, but an upgrade is still a good option, I think. Unless you feel like Sheasel could be bench cover and you could upgrade someone else, I would do that. Frank says, "Hey, Shorty, Bairstow was definitely out. You don't wander out of your crease without notifying the umpire or the keeper. The umpire didn't call over, so the ball is not dead. Bloody whinging Poms." I'm right there with you, mate. I totally agree. Raku says, "LDU with 2 trades or Merit with 1 trade?" I would go LDU with 2. I know that seems a bit weird, but I just think you're leaving yourself so tight with just 1 trade. We're bound to have something go wrong. So, yeah, that's the way I'd go about it. All Mills. But yeah. Ali says VC. Oh, it's got to be one of the Thursday or Fridays, like Dacos or Bontempelli or Taranto or Goulden. So you got 4 genuine VC options. I think I'll probably go Bont. Western Port says, "I would love that, Baggers." Galaxy Wolf, "Are you doing a kicking challenge in Melbourne this year?" Yeah, I want to. I definitely want to. And it won't be till later in the year. It's probably almost like a summer job because the weather's so crap. And yeah, I'd like to. I just need to get Langers up there with me or someone who can film because it's so hard to do a goal kicking comp and film yourself. So, yeah, I'd probably go Bontempelli Alley if you missed that VC. Ethan says, "Thoughts on Jezza Cameron at F7?" It's a good F7, mate. It's a good F7. Like, he hasn't been in great form and obviously the injury and stuff like that, but hopefully he's back soon and he's a very handy F7. Cam says, "Quiz time, probably about 10 or so minutes away." I might answer Chris's question. I don't think I've seen Chris pop in today, so thank you, mate. And then I'll put the code out. Christopher says, "Hey, Shorty, love the SuperCoach take. Keep up the good work." Thank you, mate. Appreciate that. Time to ditch Sheasel. Time to trade Briggs. Only 7 trades left with 3 or 4. See ya. I'll catch you later. Only 7 trades left with 3 to 4 primos. Thoughts? Yeah, you're on track to have about 1 or 2 emergency trades, so that's solid. Sheasel can be traded, can be held. I think Briggs is a trade. So I presume he's your R3. So I think you trade him. He's done us well. I'm doing the same. I'm going Briggs to Butters for minimal cash. Sheasel's the one where you probably look at who else you got to upgrade and where your cover could lie. He could stay. He's probably, I feel like for the rest of the season, he's more of an 85 average, maybe 90. He has slowed down, which I felt he would. So I'm happy for you to upgrade him, but it might just depend on the balance of your team. But I do think Briggs is a trade. But yeah, thanks for the comment, mate. Fraser says quiz time. Jack, you stay away from my address, brother. Quiz time is just about now, mate. So we will get you a code right now. Oh, shit. Let's go. Let's find this quiz. Quiz number. Host that one. Make it classic. So, yeah, if you're new to the quiz, you will know, but lookit.com is where you're at if you wanna join, and the actual code is loading. Loading, 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 loading. 140, 1940. Nice easy one. There's your quiz code right there, my friend. Lockie dropping actual addresses in Highton. Gee whiz, that's risky behaviour. Western Port. Hordy, I completely understand if you don't want to give your address. How about your next door neighbour? Oh, jeez, you're a bunch of loose units out there. Jason, I'll rewrite English ins so you understand. Jimmy Anderson's tonguing up. Jason just plugging a few gags there. Love that. Galaxy will Chester be a primo next year? Oh, mate. Maybe one day for old Campbell, but fuck, he's been hopeless for me this year. And Watson is incorrect. I can teach. I have a degree in maths and English and chemistry. So, I'm a bit offended by the comment there, Jack. I reckon it's a tough quiz tonight. I said it earlier. I reckon it's a tough quiz. So, Corey, well, AFL 23 is still not even out on Xbox yet either. Gee whiz. Western Port says, what I would very much appreciate, Brood. Surely do you reckon I can risk fielding Tuke over Mills in my draft league? Could manage his time on ground first week back, and Mills has a Tigers should go all right. Now, look, if Tuke is back, I would put him on the field. I don't think Gold Coast are in a position to manage him on his return. They need wins. They would have given him that extra week if they felt he wasn't right. So, no, I'd field Miller. Naggers can confirm with Carter, YouTube needs to relax. I can only imagine these you guys are putting in there. Amusement Ballet Primary stays undefeated. Good old days. There you go. You should be C. Gordon, Shorty. Thanks for it. I'll do that. Amusement, don't mind the VC, just straight captain, I'd say. Joshy Morgan, do a Melbourne Goal King challenge so I can whoop ya. Well, there you go, mate. Challenge could be on. Maybe, maybe in October, November or something. Um, Cameron, hey, Shorty, mate, needing to start a Tinder account soon due to circumstances. Got any red hot tips from the expert himself? Thanks, mate. Oh, jeez, hope the circumstances treating you all right, mate. Well, here's the tips, man. Just put something funny in your bio. Nothing too cheesy, nothing too reckless, but just something funny. A little conversation starter. I've rolled with a bit of beer pong account. Palmy or Palmer, that gets people going. I remember I had chicks matching with me just to tell me I was wrong in what I was saying. I say Palmy. People were like, just match with you to say Palmy. It's like, yeah. With the photos, mate, ask a friend. I reckon it's important, and a chick friend ideally. Get the review. Let them know which photos you should use, and always have a few that have you in it, just you, and a few with your mates. You want to show your social sort of guy, but don't be one of those people that have all photos in a group. And I've had people say like, be like, "Which fucking one are you?" You got to have a solo pick in there. So keep me updated on that, man. Christopher, yeah, mate, R3, just not sure on cheese. Love your work. Oh, thanks, mate. Yeah, no, he's definitely slowed up. Diesel. If it works, 100% good trade. But by the same token, he's very handy. F7, D7. Yeah, I think Briggs has done his job. Done nice. Vegas, shorty thoughts on why does anything out of glass bottle taste better? Or have you got you? No, you are right. You are right. Also, best hospital in Victoria. You are right on that. It does taste better out of glass. There's no doubt about that. And mate, I don't know what the best hospital is in Victoria. Luke, hoping to win the quiz tonight. So close last week. Yeah, keep going, mate. Keep going. Come on, Lockie. None of that, mate. Yeah, good luck for the quiz, guys. How many have we got in there? 23, nice. Got D-Mac. Daniel T's in there. Now, he is a reigning champion. I'm expecting big things from Daniel T. Watto, am I seeing you in here? Don't tell me you're not in the quiz, Watson. I reckon we can get this close to 30. Get into it. Amusement's broken against Lockie, Josh Morgan, damn no pig again. I'm accepting this as the weekly trend now. Luke there, talking to D-Max, the Moose. Nice. Wow. Amusement calling Watto a straight up pig. Savage content. Steve, who are you trading out this week? How much more money has Wardlaw got to make? We'll need to trade him this week to get him Fogarty. Um, yeah, so I'm going Briggs to Butters. They'll give me a complete team with 2 trades left. And Wardlaw, probably minimal. I mean, if he returns another good score like that 94, um, he could reach 350 plus. At the moment, there's every chance he only makes 20 or 30 more K in the short term. So, not too much. Vegas, look, I hope you win it coming second. Enjoy the viewing, champ. Give us a suburb shorty, surely. Come on, Lockie. Oh, a suburb. You haven't been watching close enough, brother. Mike's gone foul shorty. I'm going to choose to not believe that. Are these fuckers serious? Surely, surely not. Um, um, yeah, my mic went funny. I did mute it before, guys. So, could someone genuine please tell me if the mic is actually working, and then we'll do the actual quiz? Because the um, same thing happened last week, which is kind of weird when I went on to book it as well. So that's just kind of weird. Yeah, we might just start the quiz in a second, I reckon. Got 27 in there. Here we are. Just received some rescue or risque photos. Just during choice from Fife to take photos of his truck. Wow, way this is hectic. Where has this come from? It's crazy, crazy content. Yeah, I think we might just start this quiz. No real idea if I'm coming through loud and clear or not. Um, yeah, Baggers, shorty thoughts next year. Harley Reid must get it to West Coast. Yeah, yeah, he'll be a must get for sure. Um, yeah, I'll just chuck the quiz in for any latecomers. Feel free to join the quiz. What I don't know what the fuck's wrong with the mic, mate. Tell me if that's any better. Um, oh, the quality's not great. Yeah, I don't know. So has it gone bad since like the last 5-10 minutes? Because I looked last week and interesting. What do we got rolling here? So I think I know what's going on. Well, that's coming through loud and clear on. Yeah, yeah, that's so weird. So when it cut out last week was when I went on to Blooket, and Blooket has its own music, which used to play through my earphones. I don't know why it doesn't now. Maybe my earphones fucked. Um, so I have to mute Blooket, otherwise it affects my YouTube live sound. How the fuck that works, I don't know. Fraser's keen to start, so thanks, Luke. Thanks, BB. All right, let's do a camp. Let's start this quiz, shall we? Um, G money, yeah, mate. That's fair call. That's a fair call, my guy. All right. Let's do it. 32 in the quiz. Good luck, guys. All right. Zach Tui will break the record for most AFL games for an Irishman, taking the record over from which player? Ty Kennelly, Pierce Hanley, Marty Clark, or Jim Steins? I think this is an easy one to start. Yeah, most years getting that right. Most years. I have dubbed this one of the tougher quizzes. So I reckon if anyone can get 9 right, I reckon you're doing well. So I'll be interested to see. Shorty's got COVID, Causa, TF Cal, DMAC, and Lukey Mack in 5th. Good stuff, guys. Question 2. Which Swans player kicked it behind to level the scores up against the Cats, which ultimately finished in a draw? Robbie Fox, Logan McDonald, Isaac Heaney, Braden Campbell. Yeah, I tell you what, I need a good sleep under my belt. I've tried to get some good sleeps because you feel like so shit. It's been hard to sleep, and then I can't get out of bed in the morning. Bloody glad I've a little banana peel early, babe. I told you it's a tough quiz. It was Isaac Heaney. So a few people get it wrong. Daniel T, XDH, Luke Mack, Josh Morgan, big fella. So Lukey Mack could be on top. He is. No, Daniel T, equal first. Big fella, Joshy Morgan. So I don't know what's been going on with Daniel T. I haven't seen him much lately. He was in last week's quiz and dropped out early. But that man is a former champion of the quiz. So be seeing if he hangs around tonight. How many goals did Hawthorn kick in the first half against the Blues on the weekend? 0, 1, 2, or 3? I feel like most years get this one right. They kicked 5 behinds, and that was it. Most years getting that right. Nicely done. So who was in quickest? Causa, Daniel T, Cal, big fella, and Mitch T. So Daniel T on top. Out in front, Luke Mack, big fella, XTH, and Josh Morgan remains in 5th. Question 4. Which of these coaches has the best winning percentage for their coaching career? Johnny Longmire, Ross Lyon, Ken Hinkley, Simon Goodwin. Don't really think I've had much of winning percentage questions. All 30 of you are in. Wasn't Ross Lyon. Wasn't Simon Goodwin. Ken Hinkley and John Longmire are very, very close, but it is Horse Longmire, which most of you got. D-Mac in nicely. Cal, Ty Tucker, XDH, and Big Fella, which sees Big Fella on top, XDH, and TF, Cal, Joshy Morgan. Daniel T has dropped to 5th. Question 5. Which Giants player launched a long goal to put them in front late in the final quarter, which proved to be the match winner? Jesse Hogan, Josh Kelly, Toby Green, or Daniel Lloyd? I feel like this one's probably the easiest question in the quiz. Ripping goal. It was, of course, from Josh Kelly. Great finish from range. Bounced on beautifully in the wet. Well, a couple of his went Hogan and Green, but most got Kelly right. Question of the speed here. Causa. Shorty's got COVID. Bussin, Frood, and Cal. So Cal will be close to the top here. He's 3rd. Big fella, XDH in 2nd and 3rd. DMAC, Daniel T. So DMAC's looking for back-to-back. He's into 4th. Question 6. Who is currently leading Fremantle's goal kicking? Michael Walters, Lockie Schultz, Jai Amiss, Luke Jackson. Potential banana peel here? Not sure. I think most of you will get it, but not sure. Will some go Michael Walters? Because it is actually Jai Amiss. Nah, you smashed it. Nicely done. Smart audience out there. Smart audience. Carter, D-Mac, Chris V, Shorty's got COVID, and Roy. So D-Mac's moving up. He's in 3rd. Big fella remains on top. XDH, Cal, and Daniel T in 5th. So pretty consistent top 5 showing itself here. Little who am I? I play for 2 clubs, captaining both. I am a Norm Smith medalist and wore the numbers 3 and 5 throughout my AFL career. I reckon with these who am I's, they're generally relatively easy. But if you dive in too quickly, I reckon you can get them wrong. So it's pretty easy, I reckon, when you really look into it. It's Chris Judd. But did anyone jump the gun? A few went Bartel and Mitchell. I wonder if they jumped the gun. Obviously, Mitchell and Bartel, well, Mitchell played for 2 clubs. Causes in nicely. Cal, Creamfield, Bun, Ty Tucker, and Mitch T. So could this one shape the top 5? Well, Cal's on top, big fella, XDH, Licky Mack in 5th, and I think it was D-Mac in 4th. Question 8. Which 2 players did Richmond announce would make their debut on Friday night? Or Thursday night, I think they play, actually. But we have 2 debutants, and they were announced earlier in the week. These are just actual players. I don't know half of them, but they are actual players. Jacob Bauer and Sam Bakes. I think Jacob Bauer kicked 2 goals after the siren in the VFL this year. Not a bad effort. Daniel T hits back, big fella, Cal, Sue, and Causa in nicely. So these 2 guys are moving up nicely. Cal on top, big fella, D-Mac, Daniel T, and Causa. So the heavy hitters, the cream is rising to the top here. Question 9. Josh Dunkley has been ruled out of this week's match with an injury to what? Hamstring, calf, quad, or ankle. Now, from memory, like most people will get this, I reckon, but I think the last 3 questions are somewhat difficult, so it should really be a pretty interesting finish here. It is a calf concern. Most of you is getting that one right. Daniel T, Sue, Cal, Cam, and Frood make an appearance there. Cal's on top. Big fella, Daniel T, D-Mac, and Causa. So it's the same 5, a slight change in positioning. But question 10, which player's kick did Dan Houston intercept to then kick the goal after the siren? A bit more of a niche one, this. Jai Caldwell, Andy McGrath, Jake Kelly, or Nick Martin. One of those ones where you probably had to be watching it or watch the highlights several occasions. It was our mate Bagger's best buddy, Nick Martin. So a few people slipping up on that one. 13 got it right, 17 got it wrong. Daniel T got it right, baked, unzip for Cripps, Ty Tucker, and Sue doing nicely. Daniel T in a second, Cal on top by point, D-Mac, XDH, and I think Big Fella was in there. Question 11, which of these players kicked the most goals in their career? Steve Johnson, Stephen Milne, Lindsay Thomas, or Brad Johnson? Now, I often just pick out random names and just look at their goals. Now, I would have got this one wrong. I actually would have thought it was Steve Johnson. It was actually Stephen Milne. So Milne did it. Yeah, so there you go. I'm right there with you. 23 people getting that one wrong, 7 getting it right. So this could be the game changer. Who got it right? D-Mac, Shorty's got COVID, Roy, and Daniel T got it, Joshy Morgan. So I think D-Mac and Daniel T will be our 1 and 2. Daniel T rises to the top. It's still Cal. Joshy Morgan slipped back into 5th. Nicely done, mate. Final question. 5 players received all 10 AFL coaches' votes on the weekend. Which of these players did not poll 10 coaches' votes last week? Jamari Ugle-Hagan, Nick Dacos, Lockie Neal, or Josh Kelly? Bit of a tough one because the one who didn't actually got 9 votes. Can Daniel T hold on? Can he return to the promised land? He did have a good win. He'd have to get this one wrong. It was Josh Kelly. A few getting that right. Some going Ugle-Hagan as well, but he polled 10. In third's big fella. D-Mac second, and it is Daniel T on top, winning by 25 points. And D-Mac will be filthy with his second placing. Oh, my goodness. Daniel T, a return to the top of the polls for him. Very nicely done. And, mate, congrats. Give us the update on where you've been, my friend. Where have you been? Oh, yeah, true. I had the mic off, didn't I? I better go through that. So we had, Big Fell in third, then Cal, Causa, Shorties equals COVID, Joshy Morgan, Sue, XDH, Frood, Horty's left nut, unzip for Crips. Good stuff, guys. Good stuff. Been busy, Shorty. I love that. Just a simple man. He's just been busy, mate. I only win your quiz when it suits me. I respect that, mate. Honestly, it's good to see you back because I remember you taking it out multiple times last year, my friend. So you're always welcome to get back involved if ever you like, my friend. Any lip readers, you fucking idiot. Yeah, well, fuck. Sorry, I didn't want to blow me bloody nose into your ears, guys. Jeez, trying to be a fucking nice guy. Good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah, Josh, that's savage, mate. Luke's not happy, mate. You started well there. You're leading at one point, Lukey boy. Keep cracking in. Name a better duo than me coming second. Yeah, I know. It's happened a bit, D-Mac. Redline Recordings. Thanks, Shorty. Good luck this week. You too, mate. Thank you. Come on, bags. Thanks, Sean. Good stuff, guys. Look, I'm going to wrap it up there. The voice is barely holding up. Gonna hopefully see a return to Wimbledon. I don't know if we're still raining. Corey will probably let me know in the next minute. But yeah, I'm absolutely buggered. So good night's sleep in store, hopefully. Thanks, guys. Thanks for all your comments and questions and reckless banter. I always know you guys keep me on the toes. So good stuff. We'll be back. Still raining. Fucking hell. Fucking England. Pull your finger out, man. I'm going to have to watch bloody random ass AFL 360. That's not what I wanted to do, but I like 360, but I really geared myself up for tennis. Anyway. Oh, Watto, you don't know how tempted I am to give this bloke your address. You really do. All right. I'm off, guys. Have a good one. I'll see you next week. Same time, same place. Hopefully I don't leave you in the waiting room. Hey, I'll talk to you soon. Cheers. Footy class.